WVTC Radio Detroit. You can find us on Facebook, YouTube, X, and our website, www.wvtcdetroit.com, or download our WVTC app from the Play Store for Android users and the App Store for iPhone users. Thank you for tuning to WVTC Radio Detroit and the Community Bell Show with your host, former Wayne County Commissioner Edna Bell. Stay tuned for insightful information Detroiters will find valuable. Text a friend and tell them to watch with you for news you can use. And now, your host, Edna Bell.
Hello, happy Monday, and welcome to Community Bell. I am obviously not Edna Bell. My name is Shelley Nevels Esther, and Edna asked me to fill in today so we can kick off Women's History Month. So I'm going to tell you a little about myself. I am, first of all, a child of God, first and foremost. I'm a native of Detroit. I was born and raised in Detroit. My husband and I have raised our 4 children in the city of Detroit. Okay. I've taught school in Detroit Public Schools for several years, and then I also even taught in Virginia when my husband was an undergrad. My children all attended Detroit Public Schools. They all graduated from Cass Technical High School. My oldest daughter is now a marketing manager with Verizon. I have a son about to finish his master's at LSU. I'm very proud of them. My youngest daughter is an attorney who graduated from Cass Tech Howard, and then she graduated from Wayne State Law. My youngest son graduated from Northern Illinois University a couple of years ago, and now he is on the Green Bay Packers. So he's about to start his second year with the Packers. So I'm very proud of all of them. School is very important to us. Education is a key thing in our lives. So I've been married to my husband, Reverend Dr. Craig Esther, for almost 37 years, which is really hard to believe. 37 years. Sometimes I don't even feel like I'm 37 years old, but over the years, I've spent most of my time devoted to my family, and that was a wonderful thing. I was blessed to be able to do that. But over the years, I um, I kind of gave everything to them and not so much to myself. Um, Several years ago, when my second daughter was born, I started a home daycare so that I could stay at home with her and so that I'd be available for the rest of my kids. And when she was 3, I went back to teaching. When I had my fourth child, then I became a stay-home mother full time, and that was my job. I was very active with my church and very active with the children's schools. But again, I was kind of last on the list, and I think a lot of ladies out there might kind of relate to that. I was on the boards at the children's schools. I was choir director. I taught Sunday school. Okay, yeah, my guest knows. Okay, I taught Sunday school. I even at one time I was a substitute basketball coach when the coach didn't show up. So I have done a lot of things for the kids again, not necessarily for myself. One day, my 6-year-old, I was just kinda talking out loud, and I said, I don't get to do anything, I don't get to go anywhere." And he and his, precious little 6-year-old self said, "Mommy, you get to go places. You take me to school, you take me to football practice, you go to the grocery store." Yes, Dad, and I love doing those things. Okay, yeah, I say I love doing those things, but, I wasn't really doing anything for myself. And so we're gonna kind of fast forward. I went to a skincare party with my best friend. And while I was there, I enjoyed everything that I was experiencing, and I was getting ready to buy something. And then I saw something on the table. And what I saw, I asked her about. I was like, "Well, what's that?" And she said, "That's our starter kit." And I'm like, "Well, what is that?" And she told me a little about it, and I thought about it, and I was like, "Hmm, maybe this is something I might be interested in." And that skincare party was Mary Kay. Yes, Mary Kay is still around, okay? A lot of times I hear, "Hey, is Mary Kay still a thing? And isn't that for old people? And isn't that for people who don't necessarily look like us?" And I was like, "No, no, no. Okay, Mary Kay is, alive and kicking." And, I started my business that day. And since then, I have, I've I've I joined because of what I saw that day, which was the starter kit, which was pretty awesome. It had a lot of amazing things in it, but in that kit, I kind of saw something that was for me. Because as an independent Mary Kay beauty consultant, we get free training. We get to spend a lot of time with each other, and I started going to meetings weekly. And one day my baby said, "Mommy, you're a lot happier." And I was like, "Was I unhappy before? Did I look unhappy?" I didn't think I looked unhappy, but he said, "Mommy, you're a lot happier. And when you're getting ready to go to your, you look really happy." I was like, "Okay." I really had not even thought that I didn't think I was grumpy or anything, but he said, "You're a lot happier." I was like, "You're laughing at me." But he said, "You're a lot happier." But, one of the reasons that I started though, again, was the philosophy of the company, which is God first, family second, and career third. And that's the way I like to live my life. God's always first and foremost. And even when I taught school, family was never first. Okay, family kinda came last. I would go to work, and if I had to leave because I had a sick child, I would get a little side eye, because that was not the priority. But with Mary Kay, it's God first, family second, and career third. Now, I stayed with the company. I say I started because I wanted to do a little something for me, And I said, I've met lots of wonderful people, and I've actually made money. And we'll talk about how you make money with Mary Kay a little later. But I've actually grown as a person. Even though I taught in public school, I was still very shy, and speaking in front of adults is totally different from speaking in front of children. So even the fact that I am here now talking to you, okay, part of that comes from training that I've gotten and experiences I've had working with Mary Kay. Now I'd like to introduce a friend of mine who is also an independent Mary Kay beauty consultant, Stacy Whitfield. Hi, Stacy.
Oh my God. I want to know who
What?
this super observant boy is. I want to meet him.
Okay, and well, you can see him when football season starts because he's number 65 on the Green Bay Packers.
Awesome. Shelly, it's so good to see
It's
you.
so good to see you too.
And we always see each other around everywhere. Because at one point I had a daughter at Cass, so we would see each other then, and we see each other at events, and sometimes you're vendoring or I'm vendoring, or we see each other at women's events. So it's so good to see you. It's good to be here.
So how long have you been in Mary Kay?
Oh my gosh. But no, seriously. I joined Mary Kay in my 20s. And
that was just a couple of years ago, I take it.
Well, it's okay. I just celebrated my 50th birthday on February 24th. So yes, and I'm still in the business.
Amen. I just had my 60th birthday.
Listen to me. If you do not have a Mary Kay beauty consultant, I'm just going to encourage you. Okay. I'm going to behoove you to talk to one of us. Okay.
Now, why have you stayed with Mary Kay?
First and foremost, okay. So when I was approached about Mary Kay, I was so in my 20s, I was getting into skincare and I was thinking about it. And I was approached in a boutique and someone asked me to be a face model. I didn't hear face, I heard model. All I saw was myself walking down this runway. That's all I saw, okay? But in actuality, she really wanted me to give my opinion of the product. So, but there was no runway, but she began to walk me through the products. It was so fast because everybody always says, oh, when you get into skincare, it just takes so much time and all of that. And when I tell you it was so fast, so the thing that got me though, because I was loving everything, but I was acting like I didn't enjoy anything. Just like stone face. Can you imagine me being stone face? All of this energy. So, and then after I tried the skincare product, she took me to the foundation segment, and I was like, well, she's not going to be able to find my foundation, and then I'll just tell her I'm not interested. She found my foundation on the first try. One bottle, no mixing.
Amen.
Oh my God, I was in love. And of course, I bought what I wanted, bought the skincare set and everything. And then I remember one of my good girlfriends had talked to me about the business. Now, I know I wasn't doing it. I think I was. I don't know if I was doing it right or not, but I went back to her because I wanted to work with her because she wore her makeup so nice. So, and then I joined. But I stayed because of how the product made me. I got into it because of how the product made me feel.
Right.
But you can work Mary Kay in all facets of your life. And so as a 20-year-old, spanking new adult, I was wearing the product and getting my flow with the business. But once I became a mom, like you said, you jump 2 feet in when you have children and a husband and a very, very busy lifestyle, and you lose yourself somewhere on the list. It's like you get put down, lower down the list. And Mary Kay did help me prioritize my, and that's why I stayed. I totally sold on the business plan and how it makes me feel and how I make other women feel. So it's been such a great ride so far.
I know that's right. And I know a lot of people don't necessarily know that one of the number one people in the country, well, as is probably close to the world, was an African American woman
Yes.
from
Detroit.
Okay.
Went to Radford.
Okay.
Okay.
And that's Gloria Mayfield Banks.
Yes.
Gloria Mayfield Banks.
Yes.
Because I know when I talk to people about Mary Kay, a lot of times people look at me like, again, people that look like us, I'm okay. What people expect is an older white woman with big hair.
Yes.
That's what they expect. And it's like, okay, I don't think either of us.
Because I don't have no hair.
That's what,
I don't have any hair. Okay. So, my hair is not big, but.
okay. But that's what a lot of people think.
Yes.
And then one of the best things I love about it is that we're in the business of blessing the lives of women.
Mhm.
Okay, it's not just about making money.
Mhm.
Because what we would like to do, there are a lot of women who want more. And there's some people want more money,
Yes.
but some people want more time, more freedom.
Mhm.
They want to be able to have something for themselves. Because I
Yes.
said, when my baby said to me that you're so much happier,
He noticed.
he was little.
And if
And I was
nobody's going to fake with us, it's our
Oh,
children.
my baby.
They're going to tell us when we have a run in our stockings. They're going to tell us
Yes.
if we have, stuff going on, they're going to tell us. And
Yes,
so
exactly.
that's
So,
awesome that he
yeah.
noticed that.
Yeah, when he said that. But I love Mary Kay, but there's things that women need to do for themselves just in general. If they're not necessarily interested in Mary Kay, do something for yourself. Take a walk.
Yes.
Okay. Go to the movies. Do something for yourself.
Yes.
Self-care is so important.
It's so important.
And I know it's a buzzword now. Self-care, self-care, but I mean it's true. Women need to do something for themselves because I'm trying to remember if I bought myself anything. I think there was a period of time when I didn't buy anything for myself. Everything I bought was for the kids.
Yes.
And it didn't even occur to me to buy something for myself.
Yes.
Or I remember years ago when I was a child, my mother told me she didn't take a nap for 8 years. And I laughed at her. I was like, Ma.
You
And
realize
then-
you was telling
I did. I thought she was playing. I was like, that's not possible.
But what I was thinking about, Shelly, in Mary Kay, the fabulous gifts that we get in the business and how you see women walking across stage and getting diamonds and people just think it's just so over the top and
Right.
why are they doing that? But one of the things I know about a woman, and this is from the mouth of Mary Kay Ash herself,
Right.
and it was true. So I'm going to repeat it, and I'm
Mhm.
giving Mary Kay Ash the credit for saying it, but
Right.
it is so true that if you give a woman some money, if she has a husband or children or a fur baby,
Yep.
she's going to spend that money on some hamburger meat, some some groceries. She's going to get somebody
Or
some
pay a bill.
shoes or pay a bill. And so when you triumph in this business and when you're doing just doing the business, the basics of the business and working, when it's time to pass out the gifts, they don't necessarily give cash because they know you won't they know you'll take that cash and spend it on somebody else, and they want to bless you with something that you can cherish for forever, and that it reminds you of how hard you work.
Right. And then again, there's still like when we get a star prizes, I've gotten star prizes and I've given them as gifts.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give them as gifts,
Absolutely.
but that's still something that I earned. I'm proud of myself for that.
Yes.
But I mean, I would like to bless somebody else with it.
Absolutely.
So that's one of the amazing things that we get when we're in Mary Kay. Again, we're about the business of blessing women's lives.
Yes. I want to say something too, because something that blessed me just recently with my business. So I was under the awesome Chrisette Ellis.
Yes.
And so Chrisette decided to retire.
Right.
She was able to pass her business on to her daughter. OMG.
Yes.
Can you imagine, just being attached, her daughter being attached to her mom? She got it more than tripled her business.
Yes, I know.
And so I have daughters. And so it means a lot for me to have that as my paradigm shifted when I saw that.
Mhm.
Because it's like, OMG, I would be able to pass
Right.
this on to my daughters. And so it does make sense.
It does.
It makes so much sense to not just have a business that will stop when you stop,
Right.
but you can actually pass it on to the next
It's a
generation
legacy.
in your family.
It's
It's a leg-
generational wealth.
Yes.
We've
Yes.
been talking about generational wealth,
Yes.
especially the last several years. That's generational wealth that you
It is
have
so
on.
important.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
So there was another thing. I lost my train of thought.
I thought about something else.
What did you think?
Kim Walker.
Okay.
Kim Walker is a part of the new echelon that's been ushered in since Chrisette has decided to retire. And so Kim Walker is from here too. She's from
Which is
Detroit.
awesome.
And so I'm just super excited
I'm
about
sure.
her.
And also the other thing about that with Chrisette retiring, that the money that you get from retirement, I don't know that anybody has a better retirement plan than Mary Kay,
OMG, yes.
because you get and if you don't survive, your family still gets that money. Okay?
Yes, yes.
It's not like with some other pensions or something. When that person is gone, it's gone. That money goes on, and I believe it's the average of the last 5 years
Yes.
of your income, and that is absolutely amazing.
It's amazing.
It's
We have a
amazing.
question. So in the chat it says, how difficult is it to balance business and family? How difficult is it to balance business and family, and what do you do in order to handle it?
Right now with the business and family, it's when my kids were a little younger, I really didn't have that hard a time, because I said they were older when I started. I know you may have your children were younger when you
Small,
started.
yes. They were small.
But mine were more, they were getting a little older, and they were incredibly busy. So I could sit, I'm at football practice, I'm at baseball practice, I'm at Girl Scout, but I could be working in my car, I can be meeting people while I'm there.
Yes.
So I'm able to do, that kind of helped, because you can work Mary Kay the way you want to work it.
Absolutely.
So in the time that you have, whatever you have going on, and if I have paperwork to do, I unfortunately have issues with sleeping. So if I happen to be up late at night,
Mhm.
then I could get some paperwork done,
Yeah.
if that's what I want to do.
Yeah.
But I don't, and I'm not on on time schedule. Nobody can
Right.
tell me when to start and when to stop. And like this week, I'm going to be going. My daughters and I and my niece are going to Paris.
Let's go.
Okay. So I'm really excited about that. But if I were teaching school again, if I were doing some of the other things that I've done before, then I would not be able to just up and go to Paris. And so
Right.
I'm really excited about that.
Right. You know what I was thinking about is the weekly plan sheet that they introduced to me. So in my 20s, it really did help me put my life in order. And so this weekly plan sheet is it's actually a month almost mapped out, but you take a week at a time and you put on it's this way the days of the
Right.
week, and then this going this way is times. Okay. And so you fill in what you're doing at every time. And this helps you decide when you are working,
Right.
when you are not, when you're at your full-time job, if you have a full-time
Right.
job, when you are at Bible class, when the children have their skating lesson or whatever. You put this all on this weekly plan sheet so you can map out the times in which you can work your business. And some people that day changes every week.
Right.
For other people, it's Friday, Saturday, 2 classes a week, or, and that's skincare parties where we give you an opportunity to try the product. And so Mary Kay really did help me with that, because it helped me to balance. Oh, we have revival this week.
Right.
So I probably can only host a party on Saturday and Sunday this week, because we'll be in church Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You
That
understand
helps
what
with
I
your
mean?
life in general, because a lot
Yeah.
of times you say, I don't have time for this, I don't have time for that. And when you write it all out,
Oh, I do
Just in
have
general,
some
it's like,
time.
I have all of this time. I have all of that
Oh,
time.
yeah.
It's time that you didn't even think that you
Yes.
had. But when you write everything down, then you can see that.
Yes, yes.
So
So
that
I love the weekly plan sheet. And then another thing is, you mentioned our free training.
Right.
And so on our training night, that is such a super powerful
It's
night,
fun.
but you can invite guests to that
Right.
particular training. So you don't have to, and you don't have to necessarily have another day that you work
Right.
your business. You can work your business. You can put it all on that day.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it's many, many ways to work it, but balancing it
Yeah.
is really putting it on the schedule and knowing when you're working and when you're not.
Now, over the last several years, what have you thought about? Okay, our national have been trying to get us to do things virtually for the
Mhm.
longest, trying to get us trying. Everybody was afraid, and then COVID hit,
Yes.
and we had no choice.
Yes.
We had to do things virtually. What do you think about doing? Have you been doing a lot virtually?
Okay. So I base doing something virtual on my client that I'm
Okay.
speaking with, because if they're comfortable with in person, I prefer in person. So in Mary Kay, we learned about different personality
type.
styles.
Mhm.
I am an I personality. That means I'm like, woo! And so I'm a give me a hand. I'm a touch,
Okay. Mhm.
person. I do really well in person. Now, if I had to do something online, I believe that I could, because it's more like a QVC
Exactly.
version of the business. And so many people are being successful
Yes,
with
they are.
this. And it's actually, you pick your 5 favorite products, and it's like doing a QVC
And
presentation.
do it in
So
5 minutes.
yeah, and you do it in 5 minutes. So both work.
Mhm.
But I'm more of an in-person person, but
Yeah.
I do it either way. I think it's a very successful way to
Right.
run your Mary Kay business.
Yeah, because I love doing in person because it's fun. You can have a good time, but you can make virtual pretty fun too. And you
Absolutely.
can have people from all over the country.
Yes.
And so I've done some parties like that. My mother lives in Florida, and I've done things with her people there.
Yes.
And then I have a daughter who lives in Texas, and I've done the same thing there. I've also when I've gone there, I've done stuff in person there. And that's another thing that we didn't talk about. Okay, we didn't talk about how to make money in Mary Kay. We get 50% profit on anything that we sell, and 50% profit. Anything we pay, we get 50% off of anything that we purchase. But as a business owner, we have amazing tax benefits. So if I'm traveling and I hold a party, that's a business trip.
Absolutely.
That's a business trip. Okay,
Absolutely.
so that's something that people can take into consideration. A lot of times, there are people who join Mary Kay. Some people join for the tax benefits
Mhm.
because they want to be a home business owner, a home-based
Yes.
business owner.
Yes.
But
So it's what? So it's money.
money,
Some people, we talked about those different we talked about those different trinkets that we get. So
Mhm.
that's rewards.
Mhm.
Some people do it for the job security
Definitely.
and self-improvement. Some people do it for the cars. You can earn the use of a free car, Mary Kay.
Yes, and they're not
Okay.
all pink Cadillacs.
And they're not all pink
Oh, no,
Cadillacs. They have
Cadillacs.
different kind. And if you have a hot car that you like already, you can choose the cash compensation. Okay. And then the next one is so it's cars, and then being your own boss.
Definitely.
Being your own boss. So there are a lot of different reasons why people join a company.
But
and
the recognition.
oh,
The recognition.
recognition.
Recognition is an amazing thing because
Oh yeah.
when you wash the dishes, does anybody clap for you? You get applause for washing dishes?
I wish, and you know what? I don't even clap for myself.
But in Mary Kay,
I'm so tired sometimes. I just don't even clap for myself.
Okay. Because when we have our success meetings, if you just say your name, somebody says your name, here it's Stacy. What happened?
Somebody's like, so yeah. So we have just I have gained so many sisters from Mary Kay.
Most definitely.
I mean, that still know my birthday and
Mhm.
know all of my children and how is
Yes.
so and so doing, and like Jacqueline was in a carrier and she's now about to graduate from college.
Wow.
And a lot of my married cases says, how is they always say the oldest one, how's the old and they know that Jackie has being my oldest, so and they're like, oh my God, she's graduating from college.
And see, they follow my kids. They know everything that's going on. Oh, what's going on with so and so? What's going on? They'll ask, what's going on with Mara? What's going on with that? Oh, I saw, and a lot of are our friends on Facebook. So they'll say, oh, I see that Mara got an award for this, and Craig was just in this show, and
Yes.
because we're invested in each other's lives.
Yes.
We're literally invested in.
So
each
I'm
other's
going to go
lives.
back to the chat. We have another
Yeah.
question, and it says, being that we are celebrating Women's Month, what would you all say to another woman that is attempting to take on a business venture, but is a little unsure or uncomfortable?
I would say pray.
Mm-hmm.
Start out with praying. And does she have a business in mind?
She didn't say, but this is just kind of like a
In
general.
I think you would pray, see how it's going to fit into your lifestyle, what benefits there are, you weigh the pros and the cons before you begin. What would you think?
So for me, if it's already a done deal that you're joining this business, I would say go for it.
Amen.
Especially in the climate that we're in, we have to have something that belongs to us.
Yeah.
Because if the government giveth, the government can take it away. But if it's something that you build, you can build on your own. I'm going to say that you can do all things through Christ. Now, that's one thing that I'm excited about as being our motto for Mary Kay, the God first, family second thing.
Career.
Take God as your partner. Never, ever give up. I know these sound like cliches, but you get faced with the idea of giving up every single day. And especially when you start something that is going to push you along and uplift your family. You have these little voices all the time, and it comes from maybe how you grew up, or something that you've never done. But I would encourage anyone, woman, man, whomever, but especially this month, celebrating women. Women have to learn how to celebrate themselves, uplift themselves, and just go for it.
And to celebrate each other too.
Yes.
Uplift each other. We don't need people going back and forth with each other. We need to support each other.
Absolutely.
Women supporting women, especially this month. But I mean, that is the most important thing.
Yes, I totally agree.
Yeah, we totally need to support each other. Now, I had something that I thought about earlier. When people talk about Mary Kay, some people think that it's something called a pyramid scheme. There is nothing pyramid about Mary Kay. A pyramid scheme is based on people getting a lot of people to join, and then only the people at the top will get anything. Mary Kay is not based on that. Mary Kay is based on you working hard and you benefit from what you work on. Okay, you work hard, you sell your product, you gain team members, and that is how you make money. Now, we do not make money off of our team members' backs.
Right.
Okay. What the commission we get, we call a love check from the company. It is not coming from it's not coming out of the pocket of my team members.
Right, but it's based on her volume.
It's based on her volume.
So if she's working, her volume will determine your check.
Right.
And but it's not like she
Coming out
makes
of her pocket.
$100, you get 75 and she gets 25. No. Nothing comes out of her money.
No.
Once she's a beauty consultant, she receives 50% commission on everything she sells. That means if lipstick costs $9, $18, we
purchase it from the company.
We purchase from the company at $9 and we sell it for $18.
Exactly.
So yeah, I love that. But I was going to say something, I forgot to, but anyway. It's so much good stuff.
I know.
So much
And
good
then
stuff
one of the
coming
other
up.
wonderful things is that everything is 100% money back guaranteed.
Oh yeah.
And that was something that a lot of people don't seem to believe. And I've had people who told me, oh, that they changed their mind about a color and they threw it away. I was like, why did you do
Don't
that?
throw it away.
No, I said, I would have given you your money back.
Yes.
If you would just give it to me, I would have given you your money back. And the company will give me mine back. They will
Yes.
replace it.
They will replace it for free.
Right. Yeah. And it's
No
not gonna,
questions
it's
asked.
literally 100% money back guaranteed.
It really, really is.
Yeah.
It's a I know sometimes we've gotten a little used to being tricked. And so, but you have to have faith.
Right.
You have to have faith. I mean, if you're going to run a home-based business, you definitely have to have faith, and faith comes by hearing and hearing by the word of God. And
Amen.
again, there goes God again. There goes having him at the forefront of your business
Yeah.
again. There goes putting him first and really, really seeking him for strategies. Because, you know, I love when my pastor says this. He says, God knows more than church. He knows business.
Okay.
He knows cooking. He knows everything.
Yes, he does.
And some light days that we've had in the past where, you know, money was low. I mean, I remember I had this in the refrigerator and this, and I mean, God started leading my hands and I started putting stuff in that pot. Oh my goodness. My kid said, oh, that was good, mommy. I'm like, thank you. He just led me through the whole thing. So yes, let's make sure that we are honoring God with our business and asking him to bless the work of our hands.
Yes.
And then you got to do some work.
Yes.
You do have to do some
You
work.
can't pray and then sit on your hands and expect
Listen
something to
here.
happen.
Listen here. Because what does the word say? The word says faith without works is dead. And so and attached to your faith needs to be some work. It needs to be, but again, you don't want to just be busy.
No.
You really want to be strategic.
Yeah.
You don't want to, you want to have your plan. That's why they tell us every night in Mary Kay, they say, write the 6 most important things that you got to do the next day.
Right.
Write it down before you go to bed.
Yes.
So you will know what track you're running on the next day. And then you're not making extra trips. You're doing your errands and you're meeting people and you're doing this. And listen, if you're looking slammy, people will come up to you. You won't even have to say a word. They'll say, what is that lip? Oh,
Right.
girl, I like the flash.
Exactly.
And I'll say, oh, my mascara is this. Or I'm wearing this color from Mary Kay. Or,
You're your best billboard.
Oh, listen, your skin is flawless. Oh, thank you. I get that a lot. But anyway, oh, thank you. And I'll say, it's Mary Kay. Yeah. So definitely one of the best decisions that I made. And even some days where I felt like I don't want to do this anymore. I've had a customer call me out of the blue.
Right.
Oh my goodness. I need when can you get it to me? And I'm like Johnny on the spot.
I've got it.
Giving it to him. And
but what about just turning over and you see that you've made money because people have ordered from your website?
Yeah, and I can call. Thank you.
And the fact that we have a website and we don't have to take care of it. Okay.
Absolutely.
It is totally updated
Yes.
by the company.
Yes. So you can join Mary Kay as low as $35 and have an online business with them. And you can do in-person shows, and then you have access to your website, and but then you can pay as much as $100.
Right.
So but I will say this. 30 years ago it was $100. 30 years later it's still $100 to join. So it's definitely an awesome, and I think it's a smart investment, I should say. And then, you know, if you find yourself still questioning if this is for you, you just ask more questions, because I believe that smart women make decisions based on knowledge, not on emotion.
Right. Definitely.
And you have to learn how to work your business, not off emotion, but off of you make a decision.
Right.
What do they call it? An educated decision. So yeah.
So Thank you, Stacy, so much. Do you have anything else you'd like to say in closing? Because I think we're about to wrap up.
I thank you so much for inviting me.
Thank you
Oh
for
my God, I
coming.
feel so honored. I wish I had put on a better lip. I love your lip.
Oh,
But
thank you
anyway.
so much, Black Cherry.
Okay. But anyway, I'm so glad to be here, and I really appreciate the invite. And if you are considering doing anything business wise and you're afraid, do it afraid.
Yes, go for it. And thank you so much, Edna, for asking me to host today. I really appreciate you. Everyone have a blessed day. Thank you.
Thank you for listening to Community Bell with your host, former Wayne County Commissioner Edna Bell. This broadcast was brought to you by WVTC Radio Detroit. You can find us on Facebook, YouTube, our website, www.wvtcradio.com, or download our WVTC app from the Play Store for Android users and the App Store for iPhone users. If you've enjoyed this broadcast, tell a friend to tune in. We'll see you next Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern to the Community Bell Show, right here on WVTC Radio Detroit.
We're back.
This is Shirley Smith from Journey Music Studios, and when I'm not teaching, I'm listening and watching WVTC Detroit.
You're listening to WVTC Gospel Radio Detroit, and we're flowing in the Spirit.